Chapter 1. An Unseen Struggle. What if the happiest time of your life turned into your darkest hour? How would you deal with the trials of pregnancy complications? Imagine a journey, a voyage towards creating life, filled with anticipation and joy. Yet, for some, this journey is not all sunshine and roses. It's a path that's often fraught with unseen struggles, invisible to the naked eye, yet deeply felt in the heart. Pregnancy, a time typically associated with joy, can also be a period of profound uncertainty for many women. Complications can occur, turning what should be a vibrant, life-bringing experience into a time of fear, anxiety, and sometimes even grief. The reality is that complications during pregnancy are not uncommon. They come in various shapes and sizes, from common ones like gestational diabetes and preeclampsia, to lesser-known conditions that can still pose serious health risks. And the impact of these complications stretches beyond the physical. They weave an emotional narrative that can leave lasting imprints on the mother's psyche. We're talking about a struggle that's often unseen, unheard, unspoken. The emotional toll this takes on expecting mothers is immense. The fear of the unknown, the guilt of feeling responsible, the anxiety of potential outcomes, these are battles fought in silence. In the quiet corners of the mind, away from the celebratory chatter about baby showers and nursery decorations. Yet, despite the darkness, there's a glimmer of hope, a spark of resilience that refuses to be extinguished. It's in the stories of mothers who have navigated through the storm, weathered the trials, and emerged stronger. It's in the courage of women who refuse to be defined by their circumstances, who choose to rise above the fear and uncertainty. These are the narratives that need to be told, the stories that need to be heard. Because these narratives of strength and resilience are not just stories. They are lifelines, providing hope and encouragement to those walking a similar path. And so, as we embark on this journey together, let's remember that every cloud has a silver lining, every struggle carries the seed of transformation. Let's dive into the personal narratives of strong, resilient mothers who have faced these complications head-on. Chapter 2. Strength in the Face of Adversity. Meet Sarah, a proud mother who faced the unimaginable during her pregnancy. Sarah, like many expectant mothers, anticipated the joys of motherhood with a heart full of hope. Yet, her journey took an unexpected turn when she was diagnosed with severe preeclampsia, a complication characterized by high blood pressure and damage to other organ systems, most often the liver and kidneys. Sarah's world was turned upside down. She grappled with feelings of fear and uncertainty, wrestling with questions that had no easy answers. The anticipation of welcoming a new life was suddenly marred by the reality of her condition. Yet, in the midst of these trials, Sarah discovered an inner strength she didn't know she had. Sarah's story is not just about the challenges she faced, but about her resilience in the face of adversity. She found strength in the love for her unborn child, in her unwavering will to fight, and in the support of her family and medical team. She learned to navigate her fears, to ask questions, and to advocate for her health and the well-being of her baby. This journey wasn't easy. There were days when hope seemed distant, when the weight of her condition threatened to pull her under. Yet, she pressed on, driven by a resolve as fierce as a mother's love. Medical intervention was crucial in her journey. Her medical team provided not just treatment, but also understanding, reassurance, and the strength to face each new day. Sarah's support system played an equally important role. Friends and family provided a comforting presence, reminding her that she was not alone in this battle. They offered words of encouragement, shared in her fears, and celebrated her victories, no matter how small. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of resilience in the face of adversity. It reminds us that even in our darkest moments, we can find strength within ourselves and in the people around us. It's a story of courage, of love, and of the indomitable spirit of a mother. And it's a story that deserves to be heard. Chapter 3: The Battle Against Complications. Now, let's turn our attention to the medical side of things. What are these complications we're talking about? At first glance, pregnancy seems like a natural, straightforward process. But in reality, it's a delicate ballet of hormones, cells, and organs where even the slightest misstep can lead to complications. Let's start with gestational diabetes. This is a condition that develops during pregnancy and affects how your cells use sugar. It may increase the risk of type 2 diabetes later in life, but don't fret. With a balanced diet, regular exercise, and sometimes medication, it can be managed effectively. Next, we have preeclampsia, a more serious complication characterized by high blood pressure and signs of damage to organs such as the liver and kidneys. It usually begins after 20 weeks of pregnancy in women whose blood pressure had been normal. Close monitoring and timely intervention are crucial to prevent any harm to the mother and baby. Now, on to something called placenta previa. This is when the placenta lies unusually low in the uterus, next to or covering the cervix. It can cause severe bleeding during pregnancy and delivery. If diagnosed with this, a C-section might be recommended to ensure the safety of both mother and child. And then there's preterm labor, which is labor that begins before the 37th week of pregnancy. It can lead to premature birth, which brings its own set of challenges. But with modern medicine, even babies born as early as 24 weeks have a fighting chance. These are just a few examples, and each complication has its own causes, symptoms, and treatments. The common thread here is that early detection and appropriate medical care can make a world of difference. Remember, it's normal to feel worried or scared when faced with these potential complications. But it's essential to know that you're not alone. Healthcare professionals are trained to deal with these situations and are there to support you every step of the way. Knowledge is power, and understanding these complications is the first step towards overcoming them. Chapter 4: A Beacon of Hope. How can we turn our darkest moments into a beacon of hope for others? This is where dark motivation comes in. Dark motivation is a concept that uses our most challenging experiences as a source of strength. It's about harnessing the energy from our hardships and using it to fuel our resilience, determination, and courage. It's about turning our struggles into power, our fears into fortitude, and our pain into perseverance. Imagine, for a moment, a mother who has endured the trials of pregnancy complications. She has felt the fear, the uncertainty, and the heartache. But instead of being consumed by these feelings, she uses them as a force for good. She uses her experiences to educate others, to raise awareness, and to provide support for those who are going through similar situations. This is dark motivation in action. But how does one find this dark motivation? It all begins with acceptance. Acceptance of the situation, acceptance of the emotions that come with it, and most importantly, acceptance of the strength within oneself. It's about acknowledging that yes, this is hard, this is painful, but this can also be a source of power. Once acceptance is achieved, transformation begins. The fear becomes a driver for awareness, the uncertainty fuels the quest for knowledge, and the heartache becomes empathy for others. The individual is no longer a victim of their circumstances, but a beacon of hope for others. The beauty of dark motivation is that it's not exclusive. Anyone can tap into it. It's about taking the raw and filtered experiences and emotions that life throws at us and transforming them into a force that can change lives. It's about finding the silver lining in the darkest of clouds and using it to illuminate the path for others. Dark motivation isn't about denying the pain or the struggle. It's about embracing it and using it to make a difference. It's about turning the tables on adversity and using it as a tool for empowerment, for change, and for hope. Dark motivation can truly turn the tide, providing a much-needed light during dark times. Chapter 5: Empowering Moms. So, what can we do to support and empower moms facing these challenges? Well, knowledge is power. To help mothers navigate the murky waters of pregnancy complications, we must first understand the nature of these issues. They can range from relatively mild conditions to severe, life-threatening situations. But no matter the severity, each situation deserves our attention and compassion. There are numerous resources available to educate ourselves and others about these complications. Websites like the American Pregnancy Association and the March of Dimes provide comprehensive information about various pregnancy complications, their symptoms, and potential treatments. They also offer guidance on how to help mothers cope with these challenges. Next, we can offer direct support. This can take many forms, from lending an empathetic ear to providing practical assistance. Pregnancy complication support groups are a fantastic way to connect with individuals who are going through similar experiences. They offer a safe space where mothers can share their stories, fears, and hopes. Medical professionals also play a crucial role in this journey. They provide the necessary medical advice and interventions to ensure the safety of both mother and child. It's crucial to encourage expecting mothers to seek medical help whenever they feel something is off. Nonprofit organizations are another great resource. They provide assistance in various forms, including financial aid for medical expenses, emotional support, and even advocacy for better maternal health care policies. But remember, support doesn't always need to be grand gestures. Sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference. A simple text message checking in on a mom-to-be, a home-cooked meal for a family dealing with hospital visits, or even just a heartfelt conversation can mean the world to someone going through a tough time. By lending a hand, we can turn the tide for moms facing pregnancy complications. Together, we can make a difference. Each one of us has the power to transform the dark into light. Let's use our shared experiences to empower, support, and uplift one another. Because every mom deserves to feel safe, heard, and supported on their journey to motherhood.